Let's discuss today's problem, and today's problem is minimum number of arrows to burst balloons. So first we will understand the problem statement and then I'll explain the solution through visualization. So let's first understand the problem statement. So in this problem we have given some spherical balloons which is spread in a two-dimensional space, and for each balloon provided input is the start and end coordinates of the horizontal diameter. Since it's horizontal, y coordinates don't matter, and hence the x coordinates of start and end of the diameter suffice. So the start is always smaller than end. Now an arrow can be shot up exactly vertically from different points along the x-axis, and a balloon with x start and x end, so basically it refers to the coordinates of a x-axis, burst by an arrow shot at x if this coordinates lies between, I mean x is and greater than and equal to x start, and it is less than equal to x end. So there is no limit to the number of arrows that can be shot. An arrow once shot keeps traveling up infinitely. So given an array points where each point has two values, where each point at every index has two values, start and end, return the minimum number of arrows that must be shot to burst all balloons. And now let's see few examples to understand this problem statement better. So let's start with the first example. So given the horizontal diameter of the balloons which lies on the x-axis, so let's plot them on the x-axis. So first point is from 10 to 16. So from 10 to 16 this point lies here, and the second point is from 2 to 8. So from 2 to 8 we put here, and similarly from 1 to 6 and 7 to 12. Now how many arrows we need to shot all the balloons? So let's say if we shot an arrow from this point 6, it will burst these two balloons. And if we shot an arrow from point 12, it will burst this and this balloon. So exactly we need two arrows to shot down all the balloons. Now let's move to example 2. So in this we have given some points, and if we plot them on x-axis, so first point is here from 1 to 2, then 3 to 4, then 5 to 6, and then 7 to 8. So you can see if we shot from here, it will burst only one balloon. Similarly, when we shot from here, it will burst this balloon. We need third arrow to burst this, and we need fourth arrow to burst this. So we need four arrows to burst all the balloons. And in example 3, so let me first plot these points on x-axis. So you can see from 1 to 2 this point lies here, from 2 to 3 this point lies here. So if we shot an arrow from this point 2, it will burst this balloon and this balloon. And if we shot an arrow from point 4, it will burst this balloon whose coordinate is 3 4, and the coordinate and the other balloon whose coordinate is 4 5. So an arrow can be shot from this point will burst these two balloons. So let's move to example 4, in which only one coordinate is there, only one balloon is there. So we need exactly one arrow to shot down this balloon. And for in example 5, we have given two balloons with exactly same coordinates. So we need one arrow to shot down both the balloons. Now let's see some constants. So the constant is the array size is greater than equal to 0, and it is less than equal to 10 to the power 4. And so each coordinates, so each point has only two elements. So this one is start and end. And for x start, it is greater than equal to 2 to the power minus 31. So minus 2 to the power 31, and it is less than the value of x end, which is also less than equal to 2 to the power 31 minus 1. So this is the problem statement, and now let's see how we can solve this problem. Let's discuss how we can approach this problem, and the solution of this problem is similar to the merge intervals problem, which I have already discussed, and the link of that problem is present in the description box. So please make sure you check the description box. So in this problem, we have to shoot down every balloon. So for every balloon, for each balloon, there must be an arrow whose position is between start and end coordinate. So basically start coordinate is present at 0th index and end coordinate is present at first index. So this is the start coordinate and this is the end coordinate for each balloon. So given that, what we can do is we can sort the array of balloons by their end position, and once we sort the array of balloons by their end position, it will be arranged like this. For example, 1 6 will come first. In this case, if we sort this array, 1 6 will come first, then comes 2 8, then comes 7 12, and then comes 10 16. So we have sorted this array by their end position, and then what we can do is, so we have sorted the array by their end position. Now the next question is, from which position should we shoot the balloon each time? So we should shoot as to the right as possible, because we have already sorted an array by their end position. It will give us the best chance to take down more balloons. So therefore the position should always be the end position for the ith balloon. So let me explain it. So let's say if we start shooting from this position, so we take the point 6, the coordinate 6, to start shooting the balloon. So when we shoot the balloon from 6, so we can take down two balloons by using this position. So this balloon and this balloon. Then next time we pick this position 12, and by using this position we can shoot down two more balloons, this one and this one. So this is exactly what I do in this loop. So here I am checking how many balloons I can shoot down with one shoot, aiming at the ending position of the current balloon. So first I have take the ending position this, and here I am checking how many balloons I can shoot down with one shot, and then I skip all these balloons. So if this condition is true, I am skipping all these balloons, and if it is not true, then again I am starting again from the next one. So that needs another arrow. So let's see the code. So the first condition is, if the array is empty, simply return 0. The next step is to sort the array by their end position, and we need at least one arrow if array size is greater than 0. So here I have initialize arrow with its initial value, which is 1, and then this variable is initialized with the ending position present at the 0th index. So 6 is initialized. Then we run a loop from this index, and we check if this position is greater than the start position of the current element. So current element is the start and end point of a balloon. So it is greater than 2, so we skip this. So using this arrow, this single arrow, we can shut down this as well as this, and now in next iteration it will move to this index, and again we are checking whether 6 is greater than 7. No. So we increment the count of arrow. We need one more arrow, so it is 2 now, and the position is this 12. And in next iteration we reach at this index and we compare, is 10 is greater than, is 10 is position 12 is greater than 10. Yes. So again we skip this value. I mean, we can shut down this balloon using this arrow, the arrow which we used previously. So after that we came out of this loop and we return the count of arrow, which is 2. So using two arrows we can shut down all the balloons. So this is the logic behind this approach. Now let's talk about its time and space complexity. So its time complexity is big O of n log n. So why it is n log n? As we are using, so as we are sorting the array by their end position, and its space complexity is big O of 1, so we are not using any extra space. So this is the logic behind this approach. And now let's run this code and see its output. So let me run it, and let me just scroll it, and it is finished, and let me submit it. So I have already tested this code. I'm just running it in front of you. So that's it for this video tutorial. For more such programming videos, you can subscribe our YouTube channel. You can visit our website, which is https://webrewrite.com. Thanks for watching this video.